episode of The Corner, and we are here with episode 34. Tonight's episode is called HoeFax. And tonight we have a special guest. This is
Chantel. Hey, y'all.
Glad she could come here tonight. We missed a couple members, but things happen, so we know you'll definitely get them on next episode. But as always, we're going to do like we always do, even with a few. So we got K1, and this is
Anthony.
And this is
Chantel.
And this is another episode of The Corner. Let's get into HoeFax.
All right.
Show me your help.
All right. All right. So first, we'll touch, like I said, in our little prelude,
Right.
I was going to touch on a few perspectives,
Okay.
All right. So firstly, like, what is your definition of a hoe?
I don't know. So it's kind of hard to kind of put that on anyone because, like, for me, like, people used to be like, oh, this girl slept with all these dudes, she a hoe. But then it's like, what about the guy? So
Right,
the
right,
guy's
right.
not a
Same.
hoe. Like, it's just,
Same.
I've never understood that balance of things. I just feel like if he slept around, she slept around. They're
Right.
both hoes. Like, that's how I look at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I've never really just like, oh, this person just a hoe,
Right.
whatever. But I do look at hoe, a person as far as being a hoe is like not giving a fuck about people and their feelings. So that's, for me,
Okay.
is a type of
So
definition for
hold on. So not just the number of bodies, but how they feel about the people that they're interacting with. Is what
Yeah,
you're
like-
saying. Okay.
Because, I mean, a lot of people, well, at least I believe in, like, ties with people. Like,
Right. Of course.
sometimes you just, it may feel good at the time, but you don't want to just sleep around with any and everyone. You
Right.
want to
Yeah.
kind of
Facts.
know who it is you're messing with.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
when people are out here just being reckless and then trying to figure out, oh, why I got all this on me, why I'm feeling the way I'm doing,
Yeah, I mean,
you
soul
exchange.
ties.
Right.
Yeah, you
Right.
exchange some soul ties with a person. So
Facts.
that's the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying, because growing up it was a thing where like, oh, she fucking 6-7 dudes.
all right.
It's like, oh, she a hoe.
Mhm.
But it's like, but sir, you fucking with 12.
Right.
You a hoe
right.
too.
Right.
And it's like, it's like, being a hoe is, I guess it's not the stigma that everybody was trying to make it out to be. Because back then it was like, you're ashamed to be a hoe.
Mhm.
Now,
It's-
we do bald head hoe
it's-
shit.
Yeah. All right.
It's become a trend.
Exactly
Yeah,
where, exactly where we were trying to get here.
Right.
All right.
So, it's like, I mean, nowadays it's like, okay.
Right.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Like, now it's praise to be
Right.
professional
Yeah.
on IG and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
advertising.
and people
they're
are getting
putting
paid.
effort into this too.
They're getting paid to go. They're getting paid to go across to the
Yeah.
other side of the world
Facts.
and be a hoe.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
but now that's the thing now.
Right.
That's just what people do.
All right.
Yeah. So. All right. So for me, hoe, technically, I focus in the numbers in that aspect,
Body
whereas
count.
like body counts and like not. I mean, for sure the soul ties and everything. Like I definitely am conscious of that, which is why I have my personal preferences. But but anywho, as far as numbers go, like there's people out here that are just, I don't know, every weekend, sometimes through the week, you know what I'm saying? And it's like they're maybe not intentionally going out to get something, but like it still happens.
Yeah, it still happens.
And don't get me wrong.
They call that dating.
Right. Like big, like baby stuff. Okay, so in that aspect, I get it. Like I understand it. Definitely been out there. It's rough in these streets, but we learn to navigate.
Yeah.
But to see stuff like that is like, so do you even know anymore? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so, all right, now, in no way am I trying to shame it whatsoever.
No.
What my problem is when they're sensitive about it. Like,
You can't be going around here laying
like
up
just
something
doing whatever
here.
you're gonna do, and
Yeah.
then expect like nobody's gonna say something or no, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many, and I guess really honestly, that's just where society's going these days. Everybody's hypersensitive about stuff. Like, like it's crazy now. But like, if you're gonna be that way, and that, I mean, it's not. It doesn't even just have to be a hoe. If you're gonna be like, you know, like a Republican or whatever, blah 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 blah. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? And so, in that aspect, you have to realize that, like, you have called upon yourself quite a bit of attention from people who have the same right. Because, like, if you expressing dynamically that, you know, hey, freak flag flying and all that stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's been some folks out there that are like, excuse me, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna happen, and it bothers me. It's like, if you're gonna be that way, you have to realize, and it's like, if you're gonna be active, if you're gonna be gay, if you're gonna be like anything like that, like, you have to realize that attention is gonna be coming right back at you.
Exactly.
But, you know, for whatever reason, people have become oblivious to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just walking straight through it. I'm gonna be me. I'm just being me. I gotta express me, and then, like, so will other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's just, and I don't know. It's y'all. It's something about this generation. It's something about it.
It's our generation where it started getting a little sketchy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I mean, literally just a tad.
Just a little bit sketchy, right? And then like, everything after us.
It just like flew off the rails. You know, it's like.
Yep.
And it's I don't know what it is. It's like, if you want to be you, be you. You know, because it was our generation that made it like, okay, if I want to be a hoe, I want to be a hoe. I'm gonna do that. But it was the ones after us that, if I want to be a hoe, I'm gonna be a hoe, and then you say, you're a hoe. No, I'm not. And like, girl, what?
Right. Excuse me.
Like,
I don't understand it. Like, make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it.
Like, yeah, no, I don't.
Okay. So, from there, do you believe in hoe phases?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh
now,
my
like,
God.
not just believe in, but do you condone / participate? Have you participated in hoe phase?
I most definitely had my whole phase.
I was on the cusp of it.
Yeah, it was custom. Okay, I feel you. I got you there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, most definitely had my whole phase.
Okay.
It was awesome.
Right. Okay. I was about to say, what were your thoughts on that?
Like, it was awesome.
Okay, cool. Facts.
I mean, we grown. We been
Right.
honest.
No, I mean, listen, open floor, let it, say
Yeah,
what
no.
you gotta say.
Whole phase was it was awesome. You know,
Okay.
especially 19,
Mm-hmm.
nice body, no well, I was a mom, but still no responsibilities.
Yeah.
My mama took care of my baby when I was that age.
Fair enough. That is supported.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're there, you know.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, these grandparents now.
Listen, they ain't even picking baby up from the daycare. Like, not even. And it's like they're getting younger and younger and younger now.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
oh my goodness, yes.
younger. Like,
Oh man. Go ahead, you say what you gotta say. I can agree with that.
yeah, like I met this lady at my job. Literally, she walks in, she has this little baby, and so she was like, well, you know, I brought this for my mom. And so I'm like, okay, cool, you know, I'm like, oh, that's cute, you know, how's the baby, whatever. So I work in pharmaceuticals, but this lady wasn't there, so, you know, I'm telling her what she needs to do, you know, to get it up to her mom. And, you know, I'm like, oh, baby's so cute, how? She's like, oh, I think she's 6 months. And I'm like, you think?
Why do you?
And I'm like, okay. And she's
6
like,
months
yeah.
is usually a milestone.
And
Folks
she
get
was
close
like,
to that.
this ain't my baby, this my grandchild.
Oh, okay.
Y'all, and I'm telling you,
Yeah,
she looked all of 35. And then she pulled out her driver's license. She was like, do you need to see this? And I was like, I don't, but you know how you glance and you see.
Yeah.
And y'all, I literally see that she was born in 85.
Oh my. There you go.
Mercy.
So
She was born in 85. And she's a grandmother. And so she makes a phone call and she's like, hey, come in here and get the baby so I can take this upstairs to her. And I'm like, so somebody's outside in the car and you had to bring the baby? Y'all, this kid walk in. She was all of, say maybe 14, 15. She has a belly. And she comes in and she gets the baby. And she's like, oh, this is my daughter. That's her baby. I was like, oh, okay.
oh,
And she has a belly.
and another one.
She has a
Okay.
belly. Yeah. I was like, dang. My mama almost killed me, and I was 18 when I had my baby.
Just made
So,
it.
I just barely made it.
Right.
Like, and she almost killed me. So it's like,
Yeah.
what?
That's wild, man. I'm telling you, it's like I said, our generation. Okay, don't get me wrong. Wild stuff has been happening for a while,
Mm-hmm.
right? But like it seems
Always.
like I said, our generation was when like you knew it was out there, but it wasn't like always in your face and whatnot. Now, like man, okay. So like folks are getting active super young, like you know what I'm saying, and it's becoming more common. You know what I'm saying, like and. Honestly, if you think about it, even society has, I mean, you've got children deciding to, you know, identify as whatever they're going to identify as, and they're already, it's almost, I'm not saying they're intentionally sexualizing them, but
Yeah.
I feel like in a way it kind of starts, you know, making pieces move before they should. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying give them a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
and so I feel like it sucks because when you're dealing with that, like if society's come this far already, like 10 years maybe it's gonna be normal to see, like
won't even be that long.
you know what I'm saying?
Not,
Like,
of course, not even.
and-
Not even.
and so it's crazy, you know, to think about that. So, but anyway, let's get back, you know, more directly on the HoeFax. We got to the Hoe phase. You spoke of you were on the cusp of things, and so I can't. You know what? It's kind of a hard question to ask. Okay, so we'll bounce to me for.
Okay. Don't be scared to come to me with nothing.
I mean,
I'm here for a purpose. man.
I'm
So,
just. I mean, did you
How was
enjoy
how was your whole
sowing
phase?
of wild oats?
So,
Sowing of the royal
So-
oats.
so just so kind of piggybacking off of what Chantel was saying, like for me, like coming up, I wanted to be a hoe. Not gonna lie, like I want to have that phase. So now of course I wasn't trying to get nobody pregnant,
Yeah.
but while being a hoe, that can
Yeah,
happen.
it can happen.
Right.
Hence the teenage mom in the room.
Right. So I'm still shocked about the second baby, and she, anyways.
Sure. Like,
But I didn't hit mine until probably after I actually got out of high school.
Right.
So I was like, all right, cool. I'm about to start working on some things or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm here with this one. I'm here with an older one. I'm like, all right, cool. I can make this work. I think I'm gonna be all right. So I was intentionally trying to get out there. And then next thing I know, boom, meet this girl. Oh, you different. Damn. It's like I was running and then So when I say I was right there and then that happened, I was like, oh, all right, yeah, you different. I can't do what I do what everyone else do. So
right.
that's when it kind of changed for me. But what was I not trying? I mean, boy, it's almost sad.
It's literally a thing where it's almost comical, huh?
Almost made me spill my yak.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, like, especially in high school, like, I think as a teenager, especially for guys, whatever, like, anything move, like, Eddie Murphy said it best, like, come in the room, fish start swimming, like, teenagers, you trying to get it,
Yeah.
So, like, high school year, like, I was making plans, I was making efforts.
I remember when I first met you, I remember it was this girl I was trying to put you on, and you was like, man. You was like, nah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Snooty too. Okay.
You was like, I'm telling you. And she's a cute girl. I was like, because I was first friends when he
Yeah.
first came to the school.
Because context on that, when everybody
Yes.
got dumped in the alcove, nobody knew what grade
Nobody knew anybody. Like, we all went to lunch together, everything.
It continued being stuff
Oh,
like
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But
And I remember I was like, that girl wanna holler at you. He was like, nah.
that.
And I'm like, really? Nah. He's like, she ain't my speed. I'm like, she ain't
Oh,
my speed.
I don't know this person. Let her finish.
Yo.
I don't know this person.
He's like, she ain't my speed. I was like, she ain't your speed. I'm like, you didn't even talk to nobody yet. And he's like, and I'm gonna keep it that way. And
It'd be like that. Okay, all right, I feel you. It'd be like that sometimes. I get it.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah.
I never brought
Off the rip,
I
man.
never brought up a girl to him again. I was like, that's alright.
People, yeah, that's the thing. I feel
And
you.
I remember girls would like him. And he was like, man, I ain't interested in none of these fast girls around here. I really kept saying, I don't want none of these fast girls. Like, he was like, he wasn't hearing that. He wasn't hearing that shit. He was like, mm-mm.
Yes, I mean,
He like, mm-mm.
I mean, we walked a similar road. Yeah.
Look, like when people tell me stories like this, I remember none of this stuff. Like I don't know if I've drunk it away. I don't
Been
remember
on
none
that
of
Paul.
this
It's the yak eating away at the memories in the
stuff. They'll tell me stuff like, yeah, man, you used to be a savage. I'm like, really? Like,
Your mouth was
Oh, he
deadly,
was reckless, bro. You
Listen,
thank you.
listen, I'm telling you, your mouth was reckless. I remember that day. You remember that day I called that girl dead eye at the table? You probably don't remember that. She used to wear all that ugly makeup on her eyes.
Oh.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
did it. We keep going. Roll.
We ain't gonna name no names.
Let me tell you, I ain't gonna say no names. When I tell you, hyped me to, I made this girl cry at the table, all because of him. He kept whispering, hey, tell us. I'm like,
I have no recollection of this.
Oh. Well, okay.
hyped.
Okay.
I mean, I was generally a hype man for a lot of people,
Yeah.
so
Hyped me.
I love confrontation.
But he wasn't trying to fuck
The
them fast
pain is
ass
strong.
girls, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
That's one thing I do remember.
That's for that. He wasn't trying to fuck them fast ass girls.
I feel you, man. Now, on the other side of that fence, though, the same way you was like, I'm not really feeling it, right? You still came close. Like, you know, the temptation was there.
It was
like,
there.
it was definitely.
It was there.
Shoo, so I get it. It's tough. But so you just gotta know, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how, like, I mean, that's how I've lived life, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I generally, I'm not saying I judge a higher body count, but at the same time, my own personal preferences are, you know, we keep them, yeah, doubles is fine, that's cool. But like low doubles, like, you know, we start shooting past 20s, then I'm like, hey.
So if somebody 35, you're like, eh.
If they're
Oh,
35,
count
okay.
No,
if
if their body count is
the
35.
body count is 35, okay, so just like you said, at 35,
Mhm.
like, depending on the age
Okay, gotcha.
and the general nature of the person, you
Gotcha.
know what I'm saying, and then like it's never gonna be no off rip stuff. Like that's not.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm
No, that's
saying?
totally
So
understandable.
let me ask this though. So if 35,
Mhm.
if at 35 with 35, is that cool?
I can almost level with that. Like it depends on where that person is at this
Okay.
35. You feel me? Like,
Okay.
because like I understand like 35 years, that's a good, you know, good long while. You used to have a club life or something like that. Kind of. All right, but if you stable at 35 with this 35, Mike could work with you. You feel me? Like, you know, you have my attention. But like, let's say if you, cause like, bruh, you talking about there's 20s and like
And they in
20
the
somethings
hundreds.
are
And they in the hundreds. Yeah.
up there,
Like they're in the hundreds.
and I'm just like,
Listen,
it's rough.
I work in the medical field.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and literally, it's been situations where people come in for their stuff
Mm-hmm.
and like you just having straight conversations with them, like, because you know they come in for their medicine all the time.
Right.
and you start to get close to them, so y'all have more personal conversations.
Right.
And like literally, like I've had patients come in there and they got 9, 10, 11 kids, and they got a daddy for each kid.
Yeah. It seems.
Like.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a thing.
Or a guy might come in and he got 6 or 7 kids. He got a mom for each kid.
Mm-hmm. I heard once they get over, I think 10, like you
In
ain't
the
got to pay
state of
child
Georgia,
support.
in the state of Georgia, you don't have to pay child support anymore.
So, yeah.
Depending on your income level.
Basically asking them to run
Yeah,
it up at that
depending
point.
on your income level.
So how's that based on like if he got a lot of money that you won't have to pay or?
Oh no, if he got a lot of money,
You just gotta
yeah,
make sure.
yeah, no, if he got a lot of
Killing
money,
it,
he
man.
got to pay. Yeah, like he has to pay.
That's a whole paycheck,
Yeah.
boy. Like,
I mean, a whole paycheck.
Yeah.
But like, if it gets to the point where, and like some, like depending on the counties, like they'll even give you like a little wiggle room if you got like 8, 9 kids. But if you got 10 kids and you make $1,000 a week and you give $100 a month to every child for child support, like they not gonna do, because what is they gonna leave you?
right.
What is they gonna leave you?
Yeah.
If you pay $100 a week and you don't make but $1,000 a week, what is they gonna leave you? How are you gonna live?
Right. Okay. So like,
So
That's
that's
wild.
why. Mm-hmm.
But then most of the time, I mean, it's a little off topic. Most of the time, you know, most of those guys ain't shit no way. So
Right.
therefore, if they get to that 10,
Right.
then they gonna be good.
But you have some, they be good dudes. The mamas just be full of shit, and
that's the thing.
that just be what it is. And you
But,
got some guys that
I
would
mean,
rather pay child support.
You still got to question.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say integrity, but like
Mhm.
question the dude if he got that many
If
kids.
he has
though.
that
Like-
many kids,
like,
yeah,
there's
He's slanging.
probably something
He-
back there.
yeah. like,
Can't pull out the driveway. Like,
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 and that's the one. Like,
and the sad thing is like it's common. Like,
and no, and it is. I'm telling you, like, cause you got some people can't even pull out their front door.
right. Boy. Like it's true, and then don't care at all.
And they
Like,
don't care.
nope.
They don't, and they just choose to just, and it's just like,
Keep on going. Hell, I knew one dude that literally at the same time was having 3. Like, and I was just like,
Yeah.
Lord, in the oven, like it already got kids.
I know
What?
some of
Like,
his kids. One was born in January. Another was born in February. 2 were born in March, and he had another one in April. January, February, March, April. He had 5 kids,
Keeping his lineage strong.
and I mean strong.
Jeez.
Listen, let me tell you.
Okay. Well, wait. Is
Yeah,
a
no,
whole
go
story?
ahead.
Okay.
Nah, ain't no
All right.
story. I'm just saying, let me tell you.
But so back to the body counts and everything like that. Like I said, I don't judge. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you out there doing your thing and I start judging once you start like really like you said just fucking people over and like involving feelings and not caring and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then I judge.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like just doing it, I mean I've literally known people that like go to trapeze and blah 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 this that and the third all the time, like full memberships to clubs like this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna judge you. Like I don't. You live in your life. That's how.
I love my membership.
See, there we go. We added one to the
Love mine.
right. And so, like, but my own preferences, like, I've
Mhm.
tried to stay low, and then, like, I would like for my counterpart or whatever to, I mean, maybe not necessarily be as low, but like hundreds, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
I can't really, because, like, just like we were talking about soul ties and stuff like that, energy and all that stuff, like, you got a little piece of all that in there somewhere, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of bad energy out there, boy.
You're right
It's
about
a
that.
lot of, because like, and all I'm saying is if you doing your thing like that, don't be sensitive, because like I mean, thankfully, I guess society's almost normalizing it now, but
Mhm.
like at the same time, there's still people out there that feel some type of way about it, and don't be sensitive, you know what I'm saying? Just like you see, it's a whole gay pride parade, which I guess Amber Rose kind of made that movement forward with the whole slut walk.
Oh
and
yeah,
everything.
slut walk.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
slut walk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I'm sure there were people that appreciated it. But, right. But at the same time, like, you know, just realize that you're always going to have some sort of counteraction to it. Like,
Okay, let me ask both of y'all a question.
So,
Okay, so say it's somebody who's in poly relationships.
I have, okay, I mean, you guys don't, okay, alright, so I've had the foundation of one before, and then,
Okay.
like, you know, I think if everyone comes together on the same accord, to me, it works out the best, like, at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It does work, because
Oh, yeah.
in my own personal experience, like, it was a while ago. It was back in my day. It's aging myself
Back
a
in
little
my-
bit. Back in my day.
Like he's 60 years old or something.
I'm just saying, it's not fresh.
get around.
Hey, that's the thing. I didn't know.
Boy,
I didn't
back
know.
in my day, I was on it, boy.
But like, you know, at the same time, like, you know, it was a minute ago. So folks know that this ain't necessarily what I'm looking for.
You
right
should have
now.
been sipping your yak when you said it.
That's true. You know what?
Back in my day.
Let me tell you something. So, but anywho, so I met the one, I won't say names, very, very pretty. And she wound up sitting next to me. It was a computer class or whatever. And, you know, of course, like, you get done with your stuff, you just gonna do whatever you want to do.
Mhm.
Listen to music, play games, whatever. And so I'm doodling because, like, I used to design, like, tattoo designs, binder covers and all that stuff for people. And she, you know, starts talking to me. And she was like, so, what's your deal? And I was just like, what do you mean? She was like, you see anybody? Like, I know you're relatively new, blah, 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 and third. And I was just like, I mean, not really. Like, I'm not necessarily not looking, but...
You was old back in them days. Go ahead.
And I was just like, you know, I'm not looking, but you know, if it's out there, I'll pursue it. And she was like, oh, okay, well, you know, I was just wondering, because, like, you know, some dudes are whatever, if they have a girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. I just felt like talking to somebody. I was like, all right, cool. So she was like, tell me what you think about this. First of all, she complimented my complexion. But she was like,
Wait a minute now.
she was like, there's something in there. And I was just like, I'm three-way mix, like, you know, a little bit of white, a little bit of Native American, black. And like traceable on both, like not trace amounts, but like, you know, decent amounts on all of them. But she's like, I'm gonna call you my little Blendian, and I was like,
Oh, okay.
okay, all right, cool. And I was like,
All right, nickname.
I was like, well, we'll see where this goes, because she ain't saying it in no disrespectful way. She was like, she threw some sweetness on it, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, all right, you know, eyebrow raised. And she was like, so I have this boyfriend, and I knew the dude. And she was like, so I'm dating him, and I wanted to maybe have another girl join the relationship. I was like, not a one-time thing, not, you know, just before like a whole. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, so what's the problem? She was like, he's not trying to do it. And I was like, like, how hard is he not trying to do it? Because like, I'm kind of, because like, you're attractive, she's attractive, so like thinking whoever she's trying to include in this situation also got to be attractive. So I was like, all right, so have you talked about it, you know, a lot? And she was like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, and he's firm no, and I was just, and she was like, yeah, and I was like, and he's a dick? She was like, yeah, like, I was like, outside of this conversation, yeah. Fuck them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of dudes out here that would do that, right? Yeah. And she was like, I might do that. And I was like, all right, well, you know, tell me how that goes. Comes back the next day, she did. Broke up with dude, was like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So we get talking, and she was like, so, but you did say you're single. And I was like, yeah. She was like, would you do it? And I was like, who's the girl? And she says the name, and I was like, got her in chemistry, and I would definitely. I'm cool. I talked to her, like, you know what I'm saying. And I was like, no way. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm down. Like, you know, like, let's go. Like, she's like, this isn't for fun. This isn't like we're not just gonna be smashing, blah blah blah. This is a whole relationship. I was like, let's go.
Let's
like, yes. And it worked like
No.
legitimately for like at least the remainder of the year because it was getting ready to be summer or whatever. Both just on me like we like relationship was relatively new, so it's not like we was like tonguing each other down and stuff like that yet. But like pets and kisses and bruh. Now, like I said earlier, when you come together on one accord, everything is gravy. So I could only imagine, like, let's say potentially, like if I didn't move away, I literally moved away from that situation, like other stuff. But if I didn't move away from that, like where something like that could be now, you're talking about 3 earning powers in a household. And like, I'm grinding. I'm not really messing with nobody else that's not grinding. So
exactly.
All 3 of us working, I can't.
And you literally have people think that poly is just all about sex.
All right. Look, people take it like it's extremists in every group. You feel me? Like people use that as the excuse to you a hoe. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that is a HoeFax. I would say that right there.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
like that's a HoeFax. That's a HoeFax.
That's a HoeFax.
Yes.
So they got it
right there. But continue on with your point. Sorry.
Yeah, like people, they use it, and it's like, but it's more than that. Like, because so my husband and I, I've been married now for 7 years.
Right.
We have an open marriage.
Okay.
I asked him about poly. He's like, nope, not. But the thing is, he's not into the two males and female. He's not.
That's sensitive ground. All right, good.
Yeah.
We can open up this.
He's not, and he's like, I just don't know how I would feel seeing my wife getting hit by another dude.
It's called cuckolding.
Cuckolding, yes. And so I'm like, but why? Like, that should turn you on, like, and he's like, that I would look at you as a hoe. And that's his HoeFax, y'all. And I'm like,
That's some strong words.
Yeah, he was like, I don't think, he was like, I think it would make me not respect you. And I'm like, but you gotta look at it from a different angle because
you're gonna be looking at it from a different angle.
Because I'm gonna be looking at it from a different angle. Because you and another female, I'll be like, okay, baby, do it like that. Yeah. Ooh,
right.
Yeah. Ooh, nah, she made a little noise when you did it like that. Go back and do it like that. Like,
don't make the bitch enjoy it.
Oh my god. There's some pineapples in there?
It's
pineapples. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Listen.
My bad.
Why she getting herself together?
Yeah. But yeah, like, I don't know. People I guess people have their different interpretations of what would make somebody a hoe.
Right, that's true.
And it's
which is why I wanted to touch on different perspectives.
Yeah, I just because he says, okay, if it's me, you, and another dude, that's a train. And I'm like, that's a threesome. What you mean?
No, train is 3. I think that's when that.
Why do men feel like why do men feel like if it's 2 men and a woman, it's a train?
Okay, no, I'm not saying 2. I'm saying 3.
Yeah, 3. I'm just saying, anything more than 2 is a train.
Right.
That's the same thing I said. I'm like, no, that's just the threesome.
Oh, you good?
Right.
And I'm like, no. I'm like, that's just the threesome. And he's like, no, that's a train.
I think a lot of guys
maybe he's not thinking of the potential of stuff.
Yeah, he's not.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, because most men consider it a train when there's multiple guys on one female. That's why they consider it a train.
Yeah.
And then if it's 2 guys, if you got one guy in the front and another guy in the back, that shoot 2.
So, or I mean, if you're Hawaiian, luau, type, spit roasting type stuff. But
you never know. The possibilities are endless.
Right.
But it ain't a train.
That's true.
That's
Right.
true.
I'm not
So
disagreeing.
Well, this will probably be off camera. So
Yes,
I ask
right.
off camera.
Okay.
Go ahead. Continue.
Okay, cool.
Now, I know we're gonna pull away from the subject.
It's,
So.
it's gonna be tough. All right, so just finish your side of the story.
But no, that's all I had to know. I was literally just saying like he feels like it would make it a train, and he's like, dude, like, no, that's whole shit. And I'm like, but is it? Like, really?
But he's okay with a female.
He's okay with another female.
Okay, so do you get his perspective on it? Like,
No.
okay, all right. So, me personally, kind
Mm-hmm.
of, I see eye to eye with that, which is right. All right, so it's to me easier to process two feminine,
Mm-hmm.
you know, people in the situation. Not okay. Two women in the situation. Let me just not toe the line on that. But in the situation, it's easier. But like when you have two masculine like men, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even sure, but like I mean, I guess it does go that way sometimes. But like when you have testosterone, two, you know, especially any type of, which I mean, hell, I guess you do see alphas getting down with it, but like two dudes, it's harder because like it's one thing to see it on the screen, which I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm not necessarily a fan of the teen, you know, effects on screen, but depending, either way, anyway, it depends, but
That's awesome. Like,
I mean, but now as far as and that, I mean, it goes both ways. Like, it's even two females. It's not. I'm not for it, but like, it's not necessarily a favorite or anything. So, like, I get, you know, especially in a relationship. To me, why do you want another one? Like, that's the question I ask. Like, personally.
variety. What you mean?
Wait. So you said, why would you want another one?
Wow.
Like, why would a woman want another male?
Like, to me,
You feel like you should be enough?
yes. Like, you feel me? And so, like, and I, different perspectives. But at the same time, like, I understand it. Totally get it. Not judging anybody else participates in it. Not for me. Like,
Okay, so with the whole thing with, that's just like a man who goes out and sleeps with different women behind his wife or his girlfriend's back. Like, why you, or even men who are in open marriages, open relationships. Like, why is it okay why do you want another woman? I should be enough.
See, I don't ask for stuff like that. That gets dropped in my lap. Like, legitimately. like, look here. Like,
So it's like, I'm not asking, but if it just
I don't even suggest it. I don't even
listen.
know.
I'm not asking, but if you and another girl just so happen to be naked in the bed when I get home, I ain't turning down nothing but my socks.
Okay. Again,
Socks.
never.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said socks.
I mean, they got those now.
Yeah.
But
Scott's home got those. That's all you need.
true. But anywho, I've never suggested it. Like, I've never been the one to start the conversation. It's just like, and it doesn't start with dudes, it's girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, would you like to maybe have a threesome or something? Okay. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm not necessarily turning that down. But that's also when it's not somebody I'm significantly with.
Mm-hmm.
That's when, you know, the opportunities were more common. Now, I have had it in a couple of relationships, but it's like, to me, if we're new, if we're fresh, we should be building our foundation.
Okay, now
first.
a new, fresh relationship. Okay, I can understand that.
Right.
One,
Which is why I'm saying, if you're gonna start something like that, start that way. But like when you get together, there's a buffer zone. Like, y'all got to get you straight before you're entertaining all this other stuff. You know?
Yeah, and see, from the very beginning, like, I was open with my husband about the type of lifestyle that I like. I never hid it from him because before he and I even got together, like, I was already in my lifestyle.
Right.
I was like, and it was already a thing for me. So when I met him, and he is 1,000,000% traditional. like 1 million.
Okay.
We got married before we lived together and all that.
There you
Like,
go.
he's
Old
very
school.
traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah, very old school.
Mhm.
So like, it's the thing where it's like he's so traditional, and then like I'm very untraditional.
Right.
And I told him that, but I knew it was a thing where it was like, okay, we are new in this situation.
Mhm.
It needs to be a thing where we need to learn each other. We need to learn what each other likes and our dislikes, and I need to learn who I am with this person, and he needs to learn before I can introduce him to that lifestyle.
Right.
So, coming into it, it's like, yeah, because I don't recommend it before 5 years. I don't, because
Years. Okay.
But
Good.
I don't
Not disagreeing.
I don't recommend it if that's the type of thing that you're into. I don't recommend it before 5, because it wasn't until we had been married 5-6 years that it was like, damn, I really like got a whole ass husband and a whole ass
That's
family.
what hit you.
And not like literally, like I'm telling you, it's something about 5 years that just shake you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, damn, we really in here now,
Yeah.
and like,
Right.
because if that the first 5 years, that was the
By the way,
hard.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Great milestone.
Thank you. It's one of those things. It's like, damn, like this ain't something that we just did yesterday.
Right.
Like
Put some time
we in here, you know, we in here now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not something that I recommend before 5 years, unless it's something that you both were already
Right,
into,
already,
you're
yeah.
used to it and stuff. But if it's a thing where both of you not into it and you bringing somebody into your work, 5 years.
Right.
That's the minimum.
I ain't made up my mind by then. so
Yeah.
you shouldn't do that,
Then
bro.
you shouldn't do it.
For sure. So, I mean, I didn't really say much about it, but I mean, as far as a poly relationship, I don't see an issue with it. I mean, I see the benefits in it. I guess looking at it, and as an adult, I see like, man, third income
That's
be
a
nice.
lot of money.
You know what I mean? Like, you know,
It's not. It
helps
goes
out.
beyond just that. It goes beyond into the household. Like
Yeah.
there's 3
Yeah,
energies in
taking
the household.
care,
You know what I'm saying? Especially
help
if
with the
everybody's on it.
kids.
Yeah,
Sure.
like you
You
have
know,
help
help
with
with
everything.
cleaning, cooking.
And so
you know?
like definitely, like I completely agree. Like I don't see anything wrong with it. Like, I just feel like it's not for everybody. I feel like there's people out there that want that, but they're not ready. For
They're
those
not
things.
ready.
You gotta have that conversation. in
Like
the beginning.
I've seen multiple situations, and honestly, like I said, if you start before you're really ready, like I said, fun is one thing, but like if you're trying to
If you're
incorporate
living- that's gonna
somebody
be your
into that
lifestyle
lifestyle,
completely.
right? It's got to be at the same time, because like personally, statistically, as I've seen, and it's not just like the ones close to me, like news feed is long, but if you're joining a unit that's already kind of been together for a while,
They
and
have their ways.
Mhm.
right,
They have their
they're them.
everything
They are
together.
a unit.
They're
you know
a
what I'm
unit.
saying? And so like joining that, and one person isn't necessarily all the way ready for that, chaos happens. Like it, not boy. Like I said, when I say I've seen some stuff, and it's just like you got to be ready for that. And what bothers me is like there's so many people. Is like the impulsiveness of society now is like I want that, so therefore I have to. It's right there. I'm gonna go get it. You have to know you well enough to know that you are capable of dealing with something like that, or capable of being a part of something like that.
Because you know the little stories that they play on Snapchat. No little.
I don't get on Snapchat. It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Well,
It's-
on Snapchat they have these little stories over on the side, and one of them is our different life or my different life, something like that. And they did an episode about poly couples. And so there was this black couple that were on there, and they had been married for 10 years, and they had one son, and they invited he started dating her first, and it was pretty much a thing where they did it because his wife got jealous.
Okay.
So he was like, okay, well, let me just invite her in so I can, so you don't feel left out. And it was literally like this was his life before they got together. and he wanted to bring her into it.
Okay.
It did not go at all how they thought it was going to go.
Right.
She divorced him.
Yep.
She divorced him.
It
Like,
goes just like that.
she divorced him, like, and they had moved the new girl into the house, whatever. And
Just like that.
it was literally a thing where Monday, Tuesday, wife, Wednesday, Thursday, her, Friday, Saturday, they would split it up. Sunday, that was family day. Everybody came together as a unit. If somebody had their cycle, you know, he'd be over there in the room with her, like literally, like that's how they were working it out. And it was literally a thing where she was like, yeah, I wasn't ready for this. This is not what I wanted. This is not what I thought it was going to be. I don't like sharing my man with nobody. This is not it. And she just, like, she left him with the kids, and they had a baby. Like, she ended up having a new baby, like, right after the lady came. And she left them kids, she left him and that lady, she left them and that lady, she got the hell on. And it's like,
It's not for everybody.
it's not for everybody.
Mhm.
It's most definitely not for everybody. And that's why I say I don't recommend it 4 or 5, because at 10 years, you know your man, you know your woman, like,
Yeah.
you know
And
who
hell,
they
before
are.
10 years, like
Yeah,
take a year really.
yeah.
Because after 3 months, that's when the normality sets in. Like, you know what I'm saying? And boy, people
Listen.
change after that stage.
And let me
man.
tell you, that's in a relationship. Let me tell you, after he can attest to this.
Uh-oh.
After you marry somebody,
Oh yeah, that's another.
it's like,
Yeah. Oh.
you don't clip your toenails for how long?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You eat what? Ketchup on what?
Lord.
You
Weird, you know. But either way, HoeFax. Back to the show.
Back to the HoeFax.
But let's see, where did we leave off? We left off on
now let's see.
poly
Relationships and some kind of way we went to dogs.
I don't know how, but I mean,
How did we get here?
I'm gonna throw this in real quick before we lose any more time. So for poly, like I said, I definitely acknowledge it. I definitely am not against it necessarily, but you know, like Chantel was saying, after you get to a certain point, like it'll be 6 years for me and my wife this month. So it's kind of past the point of like, hey babe, you know,
You ever thought about
yeah,
making it spicy?
bring somebody else in. You know,
And I wouldn't say it's past the point, but is it something y'all ever talked about? Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
see,
what
it ain't, yeah.
past the point.
Yeah, see, it now, like I said, from the beginning I told him. So that I get what you're saying now.
Because I mean, just like him, I grew up very traditional.
Mhm.
So in my eyes, I was like, I mean, for the type of person I was growing up or whatever, I kind of broke out of being sheltered.
Mhm.
So therefore,
Yeah.
I can look at it with new eyes and be like, it's not
Okay.
bad.
That's not
Okay.
that right.
It's not
You feel me?
bad,
Like,
you know. And then like even more now, being an adult, it's like it's very beneficial. And
Yeah.
you know, like there's some things that you can use to work around with it.
Right.
But you know, I don't translate that type of relationship as far as being a HoeFax thing. But what I will say is just it's funny to me that like you have some of these relationships where people come in like, this is what I want, this is what I like, but who's to say this other person really don't like what you like, but they love you enough to get into that relationship.
Right.
And I say that because, you know, you had a whole situation with Will and Jada, and I just feel like she
got
was ready for
pigeonholed.
Yeah.
she was ready for that type of deal, but he really wasn't, but he did that to appease her.
Right.
But my thing is they've been in it a good minute. Like they did their own sex club and all because they've been in it for
They've had an open
minute.
that well most people don't know that.
Yeah,
This is like the
We've talked about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
but
don't know
They've
that
been in an open situation
for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I think
I do agree with you that I do believe it was Jada's idea though, because like she
She still
because
won't pop, man. So.
yeah.
because the hurt on that man's face.
Yeah, man. Ooh.
It was like it was like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
that was Fresh Prince.
That was
yeah.
Yeah. Like why he don't want me, man? Why she don't want me, man? Like, is it because I'm not young enough? Like like I really feel like it hurt him more because of the fact of like, damn, my wife really out here messing with other famous niggas and niggas know my wife a hoe.
I think it was just more so she wasn't quiet about it.
She wasn't quiet about it, yeah, and I think
she was unapologetic.
She was unapologetic,
yeah.
but
until it came to the.
But I don't feel like. But my thing is, if y'all in this open thing, why she got to be apologetic? Like, you know what she doing. I don't feel like she should have been as loud as she was.
No, by no means. I will say that I believe there were boundaries set up around, that situation,
she probably crossed it.
Yeah. Like to me, because like I've been, since I knew about it, I've been paying attention to the moves that I've been paying attention to the moves that were being made by both parties.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing who they was hanging with and like what they were associated with and all that stuff, and like, okay, and so that whole thing was not a surprise to me, but like I did understand where that face came from, because like I knew there was a line crossed, because like even before with all the little minor situations, like I'm not gonna sit here and list them all off because that's
right here. No, just make sure we don't lose that. Then we'll do another one. Cool. Yep. So save that. Hold on. That's what happens when you gotta use other things for your recording. Because they only give you an hour on this.
Having that line cross was, something new, something that hadn't happened before. Because like all the other little situations, everybody was cool. There was no static. Everything.
Yeah.
Placid lake. You feel me?
Yeah, because even look at T.I. and Tiny. Like, they're in it, but
wow.
Oh yeah. They've been in it for a long time. Also, like, yeah.
I think in that culture that's more common than a lot of people understand. Like, you feel me? Like, because like I feel
rich culture.
Yeah. Like that.
I know it is
that bracket like that, because you talk about folks that are not to throw shade or anything like that. But you talking about people that are participating in like trapeze clubs and stuff like that are captains of industry at work, and like getting business taken care of. Like
you'd be surprised at who you see when you go in there. Like, I mean,
even really in the hotel business, like it's
most definitely. Like, even to like it's literally wild. Like there are plenty. Like there are multiple clubs and multiple. You have
big name people in them too, boy.
Like mayors and governors
like government,
senators and
celebrities,
police
and
chiefs and
all that.
Like, you literally have some people that go in there and okay, so when I was 20, I dated this guy, Italian guy. He was older than me. And he's the one who kind of, I was 19. Yeah, 19. He was the one who kind of like opened up the world for me.
Okay.
I never heard anything about open marriages. I never heard anything about poly.
European is a pretty
it's really big. Yeah. So he I'll never forget. There's this dungeon. I'm not gonna say where the location is, but it's here in Georgia. And it was a sex dungeon. Yeah, it was a sex dungeon. And I remember that was the very first time I experienced BDSM, and I was like, oh, what? What? Like literally.
I was about to say shit. He was her.
Like literally, we were flying on the magic carpet, y'all. Like I was like, oh my! And I remember
sold.
Like check. I remember I saw a famous Atlanta politician in this sex dungeon. and I was 19 years old then. And I just remember that they were in there to get pissed on.
Golden showers.
I remember that was the very first time I ever experienced golden showers. I was like, and he was like, I was looking at my friend. I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. He's like, this is what goes on. And I was like, oh my freaking God, like whips and chains and butt plugs and floggers and like I had never like
Make me cry.
Make me cry. Like literally like there was. It was something totally different from normal doggy admission and oral sex. Like that was literally what, because I mean I was only but so old. Like there was only so much I could experience, and I was like, oh my God, and like just dating him for the time that I dated, like. I learned so much. That was when he would invite me to the parties that he would have. He and his wife. He was on like wife number 4 at the time, and like it was his thing. Like he would get married, stay married maybe 4 or 5 years, and they would divorce. But they remained friends. He still slept with all of them, and I mean he was rich. I mean like wealthy.
Like that, yeah.
And he took care of all of them, and they had kids. He had kids by like each one of them. And I just remember his wife at the time. I remember I went and she was like, "Oh well, you know the party's gonna be," and I'm thinking this is a regular schmegular degular party. I'm not thinking like because they've been talking about this party the whole time, and I'm just thinking it's a regular party. I'm like, oh, you know, I'm ready for the party. Like I went home, got my little outfit together. I done put on this cute little skirt and. You know, some cute little heels. I'm ready to go.
We get down, buddy.
And then I get there, and she was like, "Oh, you look so cute." I was like, "Thank you." She's like, "We got something for you to wear tonight, though." I was like, "Y'all got me something to wear?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I need to." I'm like, "I need to change this." And she was like, "Yeah." She was like, "You can't wear that to the party." I'm like, "Well, what do I wear to the party?"
Where are we going? Right.
Yeah, I'm like, "What kind of party we y'all having?" What, like.
Bird?
Like, exactly, like, what kind of, like, and I remember we walk in the room, and y'all, she got this little thong lingerie thing, and I'm like, girl, I'm fat, I do not wear thongs, and she's like, oh no, it's gonna look cute, and then I remember people started arriving, like, everybody's like, half-ass naked, walking, got some people who are ass naked, and I just remember, and they had different theme rooms, like, it was, I remember the name of the party was What's Your Flavor? And it was like chocolate room, strawberry room, vanilla, butterscotch.
Sticky.
Like, yeah, you can imagine.
Tantalizing.
And I'm like, I'm walking around peeking in rooms like this, like, doing that. Oh my God. You can do that? Oh my God, you can put that there? Like
Back smile would explode.
Listen. I was like, wow. It was something, and I was like, this the life. This the sex life I'm living. I ain't never going back. I ain't never going back. But no, it was yeah, it was just really
interesting
and very interesting. I was like, wow. So this is how the other half lives, and it's like rich people do live. They have interesting sex lives, like literally.
Almost like multiple lives.
Like, yeah, because over here you're Mr. Blue Collar, and then over here on the other hand, you
got a red room.
You got a red room. Like over here you're Miss CEO, and over here, oh, you're Miss autoerotic asphyxiation over here.
Right.
Like, yeah.
It's wild.
It is, but
wild. Like I said, working
Rich
in the
people.
hotel life, man. Oh yeah, rich boy.
Rich people.
Spend a couple months as a garbage man. Spend a couple months as a garbage man, bro. You can tell by the trash. Like, yo, y'all
No,
into
you
some-
really
y'all
can.
into some stuff, bro.
Cause like literally, like you have, because when they used to throw these parties, like they would have these big bowls sitting on the end tables in each room,
Right.
and it would like be a party favor bowl, but it would be condoms, and it would be Trojans, and you got your Magnums, and you got your flavored condoms. Like, yeah, it would literally be like a vast buffet of condoms.
Hey, at least it was being safe.
Yeah.
I don't fuck
for
with
the
nothing
most
but
part,
church.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't fuck
For
with
the
nothing
most
but
part,
church.
like
And
most of the parties
yeah.
are pretty responsible. about
They're usually responsible, but it was like, I was like, oh my god, I don't think I've never seen this many condoms in my life. Like, literally, you know how like if you go to Publix and you buy you a shrimp platter,
Yeah.
you know how the shrimp
Yeah.
be in the platter with a little sauce in the middle.
Yeah.
They
Like,
used to make those.
yeah. Like that's how they would have a condom platter, and then like you'll look on the other table and it's nothing but sex toys, and no.
A whole arsenal.
Oh,
Ta-
and
table
this
big
would
old
be-
mess.
You need to come to our season finale.
Okay.
So it's gonna be about men and sex toys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boys and their toys.
Boys and their
and
toys.
toys.
Okay. Yeah, like
Yep.
Oh.
That. Ooh,
I'm not even gonna say
ooh. Cause I don't want to get too deep into this, and then we lose that concept for the other.
okay, so we gonna put, but we're gonna push off of that, but like
That's gonna be it.
you would literally just have the like, and that would be in. I remember like in their house they had the house was maybe it was like 8 or 9 bedrooms. And because I'm telling this man was he's
Yeah, yeah.
wealthy.
Oh yeah.
He's still wealthy to this day. Like, and he still lives this life to this day. He and I, we're still friends. Like, we won't go down there routing where we talk every couple of
Right.
months, but you
Yeah.
know, that's it. But like, he's still living this lifestyle. Like, and
Well, you said he was an older man when you got with him, right?
he was the, I was 19 then, so that was 12 years ago. So, and at the time he was, I think 50.
At the time when you were 19.
Mhm.
Oh, damn.
He was 50.
Shit.
And he loves motorcycles.
I can get with that. Yeah.
He loves and he's all and he loves black girls with big booties. That's his thing. To ride on the back of his motorcycle.
It is. I mean, it's a nice thing to have on the back of your head. Can't you lie with you there?
And I remember that was his,
big ass.
like that was his thing. That was how he pulled them. Like, come
I
around.
mean, it works.
It-
Boy, when I had my bike, yo.
I ain't had no business on that. My mom out there praying for my safety, and I'm out here whipping through the streets of Atlanta on the back of this man's motorcycle.
You had fun though.
I did.
I'm
I
telling
had
you.
a good time.
Easy. And I had dreads too back then. Oh man, them girls couldn't.
I can't say much. I'm getting my bike soon though.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, not. Chill out. What's up?
Oh, whoa.
No.
There was
Because when I get mine, he want to get his. So yeah. It's
That-
going wild hogs.
It was a birthday.
Oh
thing,
my
so, like,
God. He said wild hogs. Whew.
I mean, low key, yeah.
Y'all gonna hear, oh my God, please, y'all gotta record that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get some GoPros.
You have to,
for
oh
sure.
my God,
Oh, for
I'll
sure.
pay money. Because if it's as funny as the
You
movie
got
was.
it, bruh. You got it. GoPro on the helmet, let's go.
If it's as funny as the movie was, I'll pay for that. Baby.
Hey, and we already got the resources to mix something like it, bruh. Happening.
We do.
Yes, come on, motorcycle people. I'm ready.
Anywho. Oh, that's a HoeFax.
Yeah.
Hoes
Oh.
love motorcycles.
Hoes love
Okay.
That's the whole fact.
That's the whole fact. That is a whole fact.
Retired hoe.
I mean, that's cool.
It goes on everybody they go home right there like
Just I'm an old hoe. Old hoe. Old school hoe.
Oh, man.
That's a hoes love
It's
hoe.
true.
That's the whole fact. Oh my goodness. That was a good one.
Just saying. said, when I had my bike and dreads, oh my god, because like dreads too. Like you can stick them out the helmet.
Yeah, don't love me like you do.
I'm telling you, I'm not trying to flex, but boy, I just
stop tugging at my silk drawers. Don't love me like you do.
I'm telling you, like they couldn't.
Wait a minute. Speaking of silk draws, dang, you know what? I'm gonna leave that for the season finale.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say men like Fenty. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's a thing for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Fenty got good stuff for men. I know why y'all like Fenty. Fenty, yeah, that's how she got that baby. She put ASAP on a pair of them silk drawers.
Ah,
Oh yeah.
I thought you were talking about me. I was like,
No.
That's a thing.
Listen.
yeah. No. The world ain't ready. The world ain't ready.
She got it.
But
I'm
yeah,
telling
she.
you. That's the whole fact. Male hoes love silk drawers.
Just lingerie in general for me, like it's any type of, if you step it up from just the regular Tuesday bra and panties, like
you saw like
I'm on it.
Hey,
Like,
hey, no,
let's
remember that post I put up a while back? It was like, man, my great grandma was in a moo bro, getting it. Like, all these lingerie and shit. And they probably got about 12, 11 kids.
Yes.
So sometimes that lingerie, all
Hey,
that
I mean, hey, easy access to get it too.
my cousin, she dead ass believe like she don't gotta put on no lingerie for her nigga. Like she like he finna get this Walmart nightgown and this bonnet.
Hey, for some
She
guys,
like,
the bonnet's
still-
a turn on. For some guys.
She like this pussy still gonna hit the same in this Walmart nightgown.
Shit, telling no Did she pull that boom up? Are you seeing that?
CJ, go to class. That's it, Jay, go to class.
Because I mean, for men, we require minimal.
So-
Like we really
so
do
simple.
require minimal. Like it's
So
just
simple.
like, oh, well, all right.
All right then.
I mean, because like you could have got it in the Tuesday bra and panties for real, but like,
But that little extra oomph.
little oomph every once in a while, we cool. But like you said, that moo something, I get it. I get it.
But you literally have some
Like-
dudes that just they don't care about it. It's like,
I ain't gonna say amp, not
No,
for me.
I've heard some stories, but like it's not me. Like
Yeah, like,
I had one tell me that like they were having problems or whatever, so she was like, all right, well let me try to make it spicy, and she was like, I waited till he was coming home from work or whatever, and like he walked through the door, and she was up on the counter with the lingerie on, like in the corner and everything, and she was like, he just walked right on by, and I was just like,
oh, he just didn't want her then.
like
He ain't want her in the Tuesday bra and panty or the lingerie. He ain't want her at all.
like I said, it was they had issues, but like
Obviously.
even still, like how bad it gotta be, because like this individual was not no keep on walking looking individual.
That's all it is.
The crazy thing is they still together today.
Oh.
They split up like in the interim.
Oh, that was
but,
go find. He had to go
but-
find. He had to go find himself. That's all it was.
It was an older dude, like.
Yeah.
But either way, like it couldn't have been me, because like there's only one occasion where I put my foot down. I was like, I'm not even touching it. Like, nope. Let me go outside and roll one situation that ever happened in. But like,
You talking about, I don't want your
you
pussy,
talking
I
about-
don't go to just smoke.
right? Like it was fresh off a hot argument. Like no, because that was
What you mean? That's the best.
That's what I'm saying. Like it had become a pattern.
Boy.
But like no, this one was nope.
Boy,
You
I'm
ain't-
telling
you
you,
ain't
it
coming back
ain't,
for this one.
it ain't nothing. Angry sex,
I feel you. Like I'm
I'm
right
telling
there
you.
with it. But it was one of them. It was
a little
it
choking,
was like yeah.
little hair pulling, you know.
But no, that
They
one
get
time
handprints left on your ass.
it was
Angry
about
sex.
sending a message. Like it was about sending a message.
Okay, so let me ask you this: you walked out at that moment, and you was like, no.
Oh, she didn't touch the tools for a minute. Like
For
like,
a minute?
We talking about a good few 3-4 days. Like it was.
But he still went back 3 days later.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna say about 3-4 weeks.
I just knew he
I
was
like,
gonna say
alright.
some weeks. I'm like, alright, he said days.
She buttered me up. I don't know what to say.
I said the flesh was weak.
Like,
Hoes like to be buttered up.
I mean,
HoeFax.
that's okay. All right, strong topic. Hoe tendencies.
Hoe
Hoe
tendencies.
tendencies.
Woo.
I will give you that slight tendency. Yes. Am I a hoe? No. Like most people would regard me as the opposite of the hoe, because like I scream. Now, don't get me wrong. I have been known to entertain certain things, and we might have a little bit of fun. But like, if I don't see this as might have a little bit of fun, but this ain't no real connection for me. So like,
Got you.
yeah, gonna keep moving on this week. Still talk, but this ain't coming over there. Like, this ain't that.
I ain't different.
But have I been known to have hoe tendencies? Sure, I will give that, because like,
Hoe tendencies. Woo!
I will give you that slight tendency. Yes. Am I a hoe? No. Like most people would regard me as the opposite of the hoe, because like I scream. Now, don't get me wrong. I have been known to entertain certain things, and we might have a little bit of fun. But like, if I don't see this as
entertains.
Might have a little bit of fun, but this ain't no real connection for me. So like,
got you.
Yeah,
gonna keep moving on this week. Still talk, but this ain't coming over there. Like,
this ain't that.
This This ain't that.
I ain't different.
But have I been known to have hoe tendencies? Sure, I will give that, because like, I'm not gonna say all of school.
That one probably when I was good.
Okay, not gonna say all of school, but like, good little bit there. I might not have dated or got with a lot of women. I certainly was talking to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think, and honestly, sex wasn't even at the forefront of my mind at that point. I feel like it's why I attracted so many of them.
Yeah.
And it's like, you make them feel comfortable, they go.
That's
they
it.
Come. And to me, if I know that I could have got that, good enough. Like, it's like you feel me? Like,
it's so funny that you say, like, my husband, he's that type of person. Like, he's like, it was more girls that I didn't fuck than I did, and I know I could have did it.
Yeah.
Like, facts. Like, I know.
Yes,
he was like,
that's
but
the whole thing.
He was like, but because of the fact that I knew I could, he's like, I didn't want to.
That's why I was in high school.
Yep.
So that's what it was.
I'm telling you.
Boy, men and these little egos.
But as long as,
stroke
I talk
me.
to them all day though.
Stroke me, boy. Can
you blame us?
It's
like,
different. No, it's different knowing you can get it,
like,
versus knowing you got to work for it. It's a difference.
Right.
Boy.
Like, if
that's a whole nother topic.
If it's an easy kill, that's hoe tendencies. If it's an easy kill, then like,
yeah, no.
But I
don't lie
get
and want no easy kill.
I get it, because like it's been guys that's like, I know I can get him, but
right. Right. So you can't blame us.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not like we walk around saying
it's an alpha tendency.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like we walk around saying we the shit. We got all these women and all that stuff around us. It just happens to be that. And then, like, honestly, I think it's funny because sometimes there's jealousy from the other side. The people that do want to do things with these individuals or whatever, like, they get mad at you because you getting all the action and you not capitalizing on it. So it's just like, how are you mad at me? Like, stop acting like all you want to do is fuck, and maybe she might talk to you.
Hello, that's the one. Oh my God, that's the one, because I actually, on my other podcast that I was doing, we did an episode about relationships. And I wouldn't, not really, dating. And it's like dating now in these days. And at the time, the person who I was doing it with, she was single. And she was saying that, like, and she's gay. And she was saying the hardest part is like you meet somebody and literally the conversation goes from, hey, what's up? Nothing. You want to fuck? And it's and no and it's literally like because one of my cousins, she is on Plenty of Fish and Tinder.
I didn't know that was still going. Plenty of Fish is still going?
Wait, Plenty of Fish bumping. Did you hear me? It is bumping. They still be on there. And like, literally, y'all, I be reading some of her messages and I be like, really? Like this dude will be like, oh, what's up? You sexy as fuck. You know, she might say thank you. And he'll be like, what you doing? And she'll be like, nothing, you know, just chilling. Shit, you want to come over?
I'm gonna do something crazy real quick. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to get this other camera going. Are you good? You keep going.
Like, I don't even know your name. You gonna come?
Nah, it ain't strong enough. It ain't strong enough. I was gonna jump it, but I was gonna hit that fan when I jumped. So
yeah, we ain't listen. I ain't trying to use my nursing skills in here today. Listen.
Go ahead. I at least want to get this one going before that one go off. Go ahead.
But like reading them messages, I just be like, bro, like, so it's literally no personality. It's no such thing as, oh, you know, let's go out and have drinks and talk and get to know each other. It's literally, hey, let's fuck.
I mean, that's a tool that they're using. Like, it's legit. It's people out there on Tinder and Plenty of Fish just for hookups.
Just for hookups, yeah. And it's like, okay, I get. But when I tell y'all, if she had 10 messages, only one of the 10 messages would be, hey, we should go out sometime, or hey, you want to go out and have drinks, get dinner, you know. Like, if she got 10 messages, only one. The other 9 is, oh, you should come over. Oh, you should. And it's like, sir, you would think in this day and age, with the shit going on that be going on, you would think that you wouldn't just jump up and be so quick to invite somebody to your house or think somebody's going to invite you to their house. Right. Because I don't
Yeah, no, like I totally get you. Like I don't really mess with new people these days anyway. Which is part of why I am the way I am as far as stuff like that goes.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
No, but I mean, like I said, a lot of people be on there just for that. Like, that's a thing.
I mean, just going off of that, what you saying, as far as the friend being gay and everything like that or whatever, that's a whole nother topic I'm gonna probably get into. But it's just like, some women that are gay, they feel like, or let me just say this: you still a woman. So at the end of the day, the guy gonna still want to hit. Like, right. I don't care how masculine you think you're getting, he probably still gonna want to hit. Because you literally that's a whole fact. That's a whole fact right there, because you literally have guys that are attracted to studs. You have guys that are attracted to studs. Okay. And go ahead.
Just because, like, you know, I guess a hit dog will holler. There are certain studs that are still.
I'm about to say, ain't a manly stud. They don't want manly studs.
Yeah, not the manly studs, but you know, you got some studs.
Well, also time out, just to make sure, like, everyone is beautiful in their own way. Yes, I'm just saying that, like, there are some that try to be masculine that still are attracted to like somebody who's, because
I'm telling you, some studs still got big boobs. Some of them still got
pretty faces, no matter what they do.
Asses.
Oh yeah,
my God.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm glad we have a woman on set.
It be the ass, baby.
Listen. She got lost in that.
Listen, because some of them, they really do still be fine. Like they, and it's like, you still have a beautiful smile. You know, you're still a woman. You're like, you're still, and I can totally understand that. I get it.
Attractive. That's the word for the day.
Yes, attractive. Put a pin in people. Attractive. Right. But yeah, like, so no, I totally, like, trust me, I get that part. I totally get it. That's how studs be coming up pregnant and out here sneaking and dicking.
Sneaky links.
It's all there for the world to see.
Ooh, another whole fact. You talking about all this and that, I don't need nobody, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Well, I was going to keep it a surprise, but let me just let y'all know that here's baby so-and-so doing such and such. So, like, what happened? Like,
you like, it don't even... That's whole tendency to me. That's it. That's whole tendency. That's it. It's like, girl, you know you like sucking big black cock, okay? You like sucking it, girl. You like sucking it just like you like eating coochie.
It be like,
man, that's a goat. No, let me shut up.
Take your sip,
just sip your yak. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, girl, you know you like that. Quit out here acting like you don't like it. It's okay to be bisexual. It's really okay to be bisexual.
Honestly, I think our class was where
promise you it's okay.
That started, like, speaking from experience. But,
promise it's okay.
I feel like our generation is where that was starting to become, I don't want to say normalized, but it was common. It was becoming
for our generation, for sure.
Most definitely.
And which, I guess, you know, the double standard as far as, like, women being that way, nobody really bats an eye or anything. Like, I came to, and at that point, like, I had identified it, but I hadn't really processed it or anything. Now, I was a new kid at this school and became friends with, you know, a couple of people. Like, I used to be a people person. Now, like, I care about people, but stay over there. Like, you feel me? Like, facts. But
don't even walk on the same sidewalk.
But back then, you know, I was a talkative person, especially like in the specific town I was. Like, you know, name carried weight a little bit. But so I made friends or whatever. Come to find out that one of the dudes that I had made friends with was bisexual. We were in the 8th grade. Damn. 8th grade, and I was just like,
don't see a lot of that.
How you know that already?
You know what I'm saying? Like, because, like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm sitting here, like, looking at pretty girls and everything, too.
Yeah.
Like, boy, speaking, that ain't the only crazy thing that happened at school, but,
hold on, spout.
But, you know, he turned out, like, people started saying, like, yo, he's bisexual and everything, and I was just like, that is a thing now, apparently. Because, like, I realized, like, I had seen girls that went both ways, like, they like girls or whatever, and then there he was, and I was just like, I'll be damned. Like, that's a whole thing right now. But I feel like that's, like I said, I think in our generation that started becoming more of a normal thing. And now it is what it is. Like, a hole's a hole for some of these people. Like,
it is,
like,
you know?
You know what I'm saying? And, like, there's people you would never.
A hole is a hole. Listen,
I'm telling you, like, there's be people you'd have never thought.
Never. And my thing is, whether you are a man or a woman and you're bisexual,
right,
living your truth.
Right. That's what
Number
I mean.
one, don't let nobody make you feel bad about what it is. But also,
wait a minute, let me put this.
Also, don't be out here telling your girl you ain't sucking dick.
Oh my God!
But you sucking dick, and you getting caught up on these videos and getting put out and things, and then you embarrassed and hiding.
Right.
No, don't do that, because you literally, not me. You literally have women who will date and marry and be with bisexual men. Like you have, you literally have,
that's
I mean,
common, actually.
Yeah, it's very common. Like, you will have people, and it's this Facebook group that I'm in, and it's all women. And one of the girls, she put up a post, and she's like, "Is it really women out here that date and be with bisexual men?" And y'all, I'm telling you, it was like 3,000 comments. 3,000 comments on there. And out of the 3,000, maybe 2,899 of them was women saying me. Like, literally, like, because
I get it.
Just like earlier when we was talking about that whole group dynamic and how you don't like the dynamic of some porn. That's literally what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's literally all about bisexual men and women having sex, and it's like, okay, that's what you like. Me, I don't got no problem with no bisexual man. I just don't think that I could do that. Okay. I just don't think that I could do
It's
that.
just that great. It's just that great space. Even with a man and a bisexual woman, it's just like, it's already hard enough. I got to compete with other men, but
I got to compete
now I
with
got to compete with men and women. So it's
Which, like, that's what I said. Like, you have, like, I feel like your foundation between you and that person has to be strong before you can do really anything in that aspect of trying to do anything with other people.
all right.
But like I said, in society today, everything's so impulsive, which is another HoeFax. Like, bro, very impulsive. Like, they don't care. Like, they, like I said, they'll be out anywhere and an urge will strike. They ain't even got to know the dude. They don't know the dude's name, don't know the woman's name, whatever. It goes both ways. Boom, there it is, just like that. And bit of a hoe tendency, but
I used to hate back in the day when people say, "I'm not a hoe, I just got hoe tendencies."
I mean, there's levels to it.
Still a hoe.
Still
a hoe.
You still a hoe?
Still a hoe.
You still a hoe?
If they're hoe tendencies, then you a hoe.
You
okay,
a hoe.
but okay, so you're what, a not sexually active hoe if you just entertain a whole bunch of company and
A non-sexually active hoe.
Listen, I'm saying, like, it's people like that.
You can be a mental hoe. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You can be a mental hoe.
I'll say I could. Yeah, I'll entertain a lot of people at one point. Yeah, for sure. Because like, the women would come, but just like you, like if it came that easy or whatever, like, what it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah.
I'm not to flex or nothing like that, but like my closet is full of pretty skeletons. Like, you feel me? Like, I've been very fortunate with my partners, and so like when it comes to just a random, especially like if your vibe ain't right, like if I'm not with the energy and all stuff like that, a pretty woman's one in a million. You feel me? And a lot of the times with pretty women, it's just the same as plain Jane over here, or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like they might promote and show a pretty picture, but like once you get in that picture, boy, like it's a hoe's a hoe.
And I just remember being younger and going through my whole phase and stuff. Like, I wasn't worried about energies. I wasn't worried about if we click or it was literally like, hey, you eat coochie? Yep.
You trying to do it right now?
Like, you trying to do it right now? Yep. Okay, let's go.
Show me.
Like, literally. Like, back in the day, that was the thing. Show me.
Yep.
Like,
oral sex is a conversation to have. Just put that out there. Okay, that's a conversation to have.
That's a good question, though. Are you still a hoe if all you do is get head?
Yes.
Get head.
Yes.
Get head.
Wait.
Get head or give head.
Giving head.
No. He said, you said if you get head or give head.
Give head, I'm gonna say yes.
Get head.
So you still a hoe if you get head and give it? If you give and receive?
I mean, I'll level with you, but like I was coming from the perspective of me just receiving. Like,
no, I'm coming from the perspective of giving.
If that's the case, then I'm a mega hoe, because I went through a phase at one point in time where literally I wasn't having sex. I was literally just getting head.
I mean, that's what. So
and then I went through a phase where I found out about that I really like to suck dick. So it was like,
praise God. Praise God. Praise God. Praise God.
Because I mean, you got some like they all about foreplay and everything, and then it comes down to it. It's just like,
it's really women out here that don't like to suck dick.
Oh yeah, like.
Damn, I ain't got enough left.
Don't get me wrong. Like there's some out there that do. Like, but
it's really like, oh my God, because it's just something about it. Like,
to me, if you're having sex, which is why I think quickies, one night stands, and stuff like that are rare for me. If you're having sex this the whole shebang. Like I'm talking about the foreplay, the touching feeling before it.
Well, this season finale gonna be lit.
All that good
I
stuff.
mean-
I'm telling you, like all the good stuff. You feel me? Like, and I can't get that with some random person. Like legit.
Yeah, like and see back in the day when I like now being the age that I am right now, it's not a thing where I can do that. Like it's like I love like I love the sensuality of sex. Like I love the
intimacy.
Please tongue me down.
Right.
Put your tongue all the way in the back. I ain't got no tongue, so put it back there. like
Lord have mercy.
like
If I had a drink, I'd sip.
We all drink that one. We all drink that.
That's what tongue me down. Like I like the foreplay, the kissing, the touching.
Right.
Like I
All
have
that.
to like
All
I
that.
have to have that.
Right.
Like in like even in I'll do quickies, but quickies don't
Quickies ain't really quickies for me.
they don't it
If
don't
it's less
really
than 15 minutes, I ain't really satisfied by it.
yeah, I'm
You
not.
know what
But
I mean?
I don't know.
quickies
It
is the
depends
thing.
how wet the water
Well, yeah,
is.
I get
I
that. But,
get
like,
that.
Quickie
But
ain't something that I'm
but
about to
it
just
ain't-
regularly do. Like,
yeah,
I
I'm not
can't-
just about to
nah.
have a quickie. For me, it has to be. Oh, we have this quick little 10-15 minute session, but we coming back later and we gonna finish this. It can't be a thing where
Right.
we having a quick 10 or 15 minute session and then we not gonna have sex again for 2-3 days. No, I can't.
no,
I can't do
no.
that because
I mean, 'cause it does happen like
I'm
that
gonna turn into
sometimes,
left eye.
Because schedules do get
Not left eye.
they burn. But it does happen like that where schedules just don't
Mhm.
really like, and then by the time y'all do see each other, y'all tired.
Yeah.
Now, all right. So when it comes to that,
Just don't touch me till we got
right,
time.
like
Don't touch
like,
me.
Like, okay, so this is the one time I'll take advantage of quickies and stuff like that. Because sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night. You feel me?
That'd be the best quick. That
that's
middle
what
of
I'm
the
ready.
night
That's the
quickie.
best
That middle of the
quickie.
night
Yeah,
that's what I'm
quickie.
ready.
Because you wake up ready sometimes.
Yes.
You feel me? And it's just like, and I've had a few that were just like, it's there when you want it. And
Yeah, you know,
So if I wake up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning,
I'm not going back to sleep.
like, you
Sex,
feel me? Like
sex that early in the morning is like coffee to me. I'm not going
oh
back to
yeah,
sleep.
you feel me?
Really?
Like,
I'm not going back
nah.
to sleep.
Now if it's
Boy.
like now I can see now if it's like 6, okay. But if it's like 3 o'clock and I feel him get over behind me and that thing hard, it's like, oh, let me turn over.
Yeah.
Or let me stick it out more so he can say, yeah, he can understand that I'm awake.
Right, you awake.
And
Oh,
like,
yeah, yep,
and like
I know
it's
that.
sometimes like he be asleep, and like I might be laying on his chest, and you know how your hand you in your
It
sleep,
is so pleasant being woken up. With.
yeah, and you in your
Oh,
sleep, and it's like,
Lord have mercy.
well, I don't mind if I do.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
I mean, thanks for the invite. You know,
Oh,
I'm
boy,
gonna
that
come
is
on.
one of the most
I'm gonna come
pleasant
on over,
things
you
to
know,
ever
and
wake up to. Oh, my
You
goodness.
you just.
And then the ones that know how to just like get it there on their own, like you still sleep, right? You mind your own business and then just bloop.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hello. Like,
yes.
like that's what I'm saying. Like, and I remember I did this. It was kind of like a sex talk for women, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
Just a podcast or like what?
no, it was just like it was like this convention thing that I was at. And we were just sitting around. This is one of the conversations that
I've
we
watched
had. It was
YouTube videos.
yeah, it
and
was like
stuff
a women's
this.
convention.
Yeah,
So
I couldn't be there.
It's
And-
fun watching.
Motherfucker pitch tent like, whoa.
Said,
What's going on in here?
What you doing after the seminar?
And I just remember this one lady, like we sitting there talking, and we brought up when your man is asleep and you wake him up, and she was like, I don't do that. What y'all do? And like we sitting there having this conversation, and I'm like, okay, so when he sleep, you don't just get on top and ride? And she's like, in the middle of the night, and I'm like, yeah. And she's like, no. I was like, when he sleep, you just don't, start sucking it in his sleep. And she's like, no.
Oh boy, them days.
And I was like, so when do y'all have sex? She was like, we only have sex during like a certain time frame. I'm like, time frame?
Time frame.
I mean, like from
I'm like, how that
5
go?
to 10. Like
I'm like, how that go?
It's a
And she was
scheduled
like,
meeting?
right.
yeah, and she was like, it's pretty much like, she was like, it's kind of sort of thing where she goes to work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, something like that. And he be going to work Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, something like that.
Oh, he cheating.
And
He cheating.
and she was like,
He's cheating, bro.
and she was like, it's usually like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday that we're home at the same time. She was like, so usually when we get home at like 8 o'clock on Friday, it's a thing where we just both get in the shower together, and then we have sex. And I'm like, so that's the only time y'all have sex? She was like, yeah, like on Thursday and Friday. I was like, and you don't wake him up in the middle of the night. You don't do none of that. I was like,
did they work different shifts? Like, what's happening?
I mean, they work.
The schedule.
They work
No,
different.
I'm saying,
they work.
shifts, though.
Oh,
like, you know what I'm
like
saying? 'Cause,
morning.
like,
She worked. She was saying she worked day shift and he worked evening shift.
okay,
But
so he works-
here's the thing where he don't get off at 11 o'clock at night. He get off at like 8 o'clock at night.
oh, see,
He got plenty of time.
He got plenty of time. It's
Alright,
plenty
see,
of
now
time.
I'm with you.
And that's what I'm saying.
with
I'm
you.
like,
I'm with
and
you.
I was like,
He has plenty of
and
time.
you don't do none of this for your. And she was like, no. I was like, so let me ask. I said, say he laying on the couch sleeping, and he fall asleep on the couch. I was like, if you go in there,
Ingenuity. Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm like, so
Oh,
if
you're
you
right.
go in there to wake him up, to tell him to come, and you notice him, like, you don't sit on it when he, and she's like, no, she's like, we don't even have sex outside the bed or the shower. I was like, girl, I said, that man gonna leave you in 6 months flat.
Like, all
Like
right.
I said,
Like,
cheating.
Cheating. Like,
I'm in the boat. I already
like, I'm like, and I was like, ew.
I also will. I try to live my single life, you know, cleanly. I guess like I don't dabble and stuff like that. Like if it's a friend or somebody I've known for a while, something might happen. I've only had a few like legit random. Didn't see that coming. It happened. All right, that was pretty fun. But like you know what I'm saying. But
How'd
you know,
that happen?
aside from that, but I will say that like once I'm in a relationship, I'm a whole hoe. Like.
And I mean,
like,
as it should be, like, who else you supposed?
You feel
like,
me?
that's
Like,
I'm telling you, that's the same thing I told my slut me out,
bruh. Like you. All right, so
nigga. I'm yours.
let me
me
break
out.
it down. So I spend most of my single time working, chilling. That's it, on repeat, like legit. Like I go to work. If the money calls, I'm running. Come back home. This is what I do it for. Chill. But now, once I get into a relationship, that's whole new gear. And now, mind you, since I don't dabble outside of relationships, once I get into the relationship, boy, we got some catching up to do.
And hello, like,
now, you feel me? Like,
hello,
about to feel every inch of this one. Like,
that's the one right there. Like,
and so, like, when it comes to being in a relationship, because like, I'm trying to water it down, because like, boy, like when it comes to being in a relationship, like it. As long as you stay out of my ass, we cool. Whatever you got, throw it at me. Like
whatever you want to do to me,
want, like all that. What you want me to do to you, like it, all of it. You feel me? Like as long as it ain't another dude, it ain't nothing in my butt. You got it.
Jeez.
Dog.
Man, you know what?
I've been buck wild with it. Broad daylight, middle of the street, front of the garage, on the car,
listen.
Ho when I'm in a relationship.
Hello.
I tell you, this season finale about to be lit, bro.
Oh
Listen.
yeah, for sure.
I'm listen, yeah, slut me out. I be telling you, slut me out.
Right.
Like, please slut me out because I want to slut you out. Like, I be telling him, like,
This is my thing.
I want to,
have
like,
a
slut
question.
me out because I want to slut
Because
you
like
out.
as a relationship though, like because like I've had some relatively lengthy relationships overall, 6 months to a year.
Mm-hmm.
But now when it comes to lengthy, long relationships, me being a sex hoe, and I understand that like not to throw shade or nothing, you've got a pretty interesting drive yourself. So like, when I get into a relationship, of course, like when you first get together and y'all first start getting
It's like rabbits. Yeah.
We talk about like 5-6 times a day ain't nothing, boy. Like you feel me? Like,
Nothing.
And like when you get certain ones, it don't public house
It don't
matter.
matter. It
Like,
don't matter.
boy, unisex bathrooms are
Are
thank
the
y'all
best thing
establishments.
ever. Thank y'all.
Yes,
Thank
boy. But so like when it comes to a real lengthy relationship, so is it still at
Nope.
least relatively frequently?
Nope.
Like what's okay?
Nope.
So that's why.
No. Between I don't know. Let me not speak on your situation.
Oh, you talking about being in a relationship?
Yeah.
It's still the same. Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead. I got you.
Okay, so between when we first got married, like it was literally a thing. We got married when we moved to the girls and I went to New York with my husband, and a friend of ours took the kids for a few weeks after we got married.
Oh.
And because it was around Christmas time, so it was no school, so we didn't have to worry about that.
Right.
Like, she took the kids for us and watched them. She let us have our little honeymoon. And it was literally like, wake up in the morning, sex. Go in the kitchen to cook breakfast, sex.
Yep.
Washing dishes after breakfast, sex.
Oh, that thing poking again.
Take a shower, sex.
Yep.
We take a nap in the middle of the day, sex.
Yep.
Wake up to go get dinner, sex. My husband used to do this thing. He would wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning to play his video games, 2-3 in the morning.
Oh, that's perfect
Like,
time right
wake
there.
up. If I wake up and notice he up playing his game, sex. If he up playing his game and he just so happened to look, if I turn over and he see a piece of skin, sex. Like, it was literally like 6, 7, 8 times a day. Now,
Yeah, when you in the length time,
yeah.
it's short.
Spread
Now
out, so
you're lucky if you can get it 2 times a week when you.
Okay.
Now I will say this: my husband does not have my sex drive.
I mean,
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's great
Yeah.
perspective. I'm like,
He does not have. I listen. Me, I can go 7 days a week, 10 times a day. My husband.
Gonna be getting desert dick after a while. I ain't.
You gonna have to be doing some work at some point.
Gonna be
Blue Chew Honey gonna be for the win.
gonna be shooting dust by then.
Hey, it
But
it
see-
get like that, bro. Like you firing blanks at this point, bro. Like, it's my 6th, 7th one. Let's go.
How your shoulders go? How you do? The nigga said, my husband be like, listen, you finna get this one nut from me. I'm finna tear your ass up.
Right.
But this what you getting out of me.
Yeah.
You gon' take it,
Right.
and you gon' be happy. Like, that's it. And they be like, okay.
Okay.
Like, so I'm telling you, like, when we first got married, like, it was like rabbits, like,
Sure.
literally, like, all the time.
Mhm.
But especially, like, with jobs put in the middle of it and kids and
Okay, so if
shit
you
like
didn't have like responsibilities like kids and stuff like that involved, would you then have more time and would you fill it with?
I'm gonna tell you like this: when I had less money, I was fucking more.
yeah, that's how it is. Because when you have more money, you have more
You're
opportunities.
engaged with
You
more
have
things, yeah,
it's more that you can do outside
That's fair.
of shit being at home. Because think about it, if you don't got no money, where y'all be at? In the house.
in the house, yeah.
Fuck it.
And y'all sitting there on the couch. Next thing you know, that hand going up that leg, or or it's that little kiss on the neck, and then boom, next thing you know, we fucking.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna smell you.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
like,
that's it.
yeah. Boy, you smell
Yeah.
you smell the
You
back
know
of
what
the
I'm
neck.
saying? Like
Oh, Lord.
I take a shower and he walk up like,
What you got on?
oh
smell
baby,
good.
you
Yeah.
smell good.
Uh-huh.
Boom, that's
Yes,
it.
sir.
Like, cause I'm telling y'all,
Let me put some stank on you real quick.
yeah,
I'm
telling you, that's it.
fresh out the shower.
Fresh out the shower.
That shower up.
You don't even get a chance to dry off. He smell that soap. He come around the corner like, oh, you in the shower? Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm
Been over
ready.
that counter.
Right.
Like,
You're
that's
gonna be
it.
right back in there, trust me.
Yeah. Don't even come out the bathroom.
I'm telling you.
Don't even come out.
You don't need to tell.
Let me go ahead and fill you up right quick. Let me go ahead.
That make it easier. Still wet?
Still wet. That's it. Boy, that's it.
Go.
Listen, don't need, you ain't gotta wait for nothing to get wet. It's all you already still wet from the shower. Just slide in and boom, that's it.
Yep.
Everything else gonna handle the rest.
Get to rub on you now without having to friction it. Ooh.
Yeah, that's it. I'm telling you.
This is called a whole circle.
Whole circle, yes. This is
In a relationship, I'm a like whole hoe. Like I can't. Been called Black Tarzan, been called all types of everything, but I'm a whole hoe.
And I mean, and the thing is, even if you're not in a relationship, if you get that one person,
that one person,
that you can just hoe out with,
right. That's
I'm
how,
telling you, that'd be the best fucking thing
That's
ever.
how I feel, because like
That'd be everything.
If I've identified this person as a person that I'm like legitimately gonna be with for a while, like you are my person at that point. You feel me? And so like. If it gets to the point where we could really vibe, like, oh Lord, you talking about all the affection and everything that I don't be showing
that I don't
random
like I can get all of this,
boom.
And I ain't got to say I got a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Hallelujah,
Lord,
praise God.
Oh, that nigga can call me while he beat my back out. A nigga can text me while he beat my back, and I ain't got to say. I ain't got to explain nothing to nobody. I'm telling you, it's just like, oh.
like I said, I do see the perks in the polyamory because the little taste I had of it, man, not to say that that's necessarily what I'm looking for these days.
Yeah.
But if a setup should so arise, like
he ain't turning down nothing but his socks.
Lord.
Nothing but them grippers. Nothing.
Don't be
toes buried in the carpet grippers.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because I'm about to take off.
Best.
Take off.
Like Kevin Hart, where you going?
Where you going?
Facts.
Kevin.
Because like just because like I go a good long while without activity and stuff like that. When it comes to it,
what's the longest that you go without it? You talking about a good long while? What's the longest?
Have gone without it 2 years.
Boy, I wish this cup was glass. I'll throw it at your head.
Honestly, I be blowing people's minds with that, like because like a lot of these girls that I talk to and everything, they eventually conversation leads to like which
I get
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I'll tell them my number, which is I'm sitting at a lucky 13 right now, and they'd be like. For real? Yeah. Like, I expected that to be way higher. I was like, oh, it could have been. It definitely could have been.
13?
13.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, and that's a panty dropper in itself, boy, I tell you. Because, like, I just said that right on it. Like, low mileage? Shit. It still got the new car smell. Don't mind if I do.
Look, just let me go on toot it and boot it right quick.
So,
I feel like that's his gimmick. Like, hey, girl, I got a little body count.
Listen.
No,
listen. This how I go. Look, I ain't even out here trying to get with you because I don't even do that. I only been with so many. Like I can count on my hands and my feet how many I've been with, and I still got some toes left. But what's up? We can go get some tacos though if you.
I mean, I said are you a hoe if you get head? Like, I'd have knocked down friend circles like that.
You know what? I'm about to hit this shit.
I told you, if you a hoe for that,
friend circle.
You a hoe for that.
Yeah, you a hoe
for that.
You a hoe for that, dog.
Just saying.
So it'd be funny to figure out what your count really is. Connected with the head.
No, I can't even.
Whole thing.
It's been a long time.
Sex is at a cool 13, but head.
Wait a minute. Head 115. Let me ask. So when you be receiving, you be reciprocating?
Not very often, no.
Like, wow, that's not common for a guy.
Wow.
That's not common.
It's got to be a connection, like legit. Because, like, all right, mind you.
To get head.
Huh? I
To
mean,
get it?
if I wasn't
See, if
in
you
it,
were to eat some coochie, you gotta have a connection.
I mean, like it's got to be like a
Damn, you hard out here in these streets, young
And
blood.
he hard to paint, boy.
The vibe of the
Dang.
situation has to be right before I.
Sheesh.
Because I'm not turning down no
If you,
head.
like, I mean, if you done, no, I'm not turning it down. I'm
not
as
saying
far
you
as
turning it down, but
No, but
you
I'm saying
more of the giver
but
than
you
the
more-
receiver.
No,
I'm
no.
more of the
He's more
receiver.
the receiver than the giver. That's why I
I'm
asked him.
getting head,
Since he's
like-
getting it, that's why I asked him.
Yeah.
Since he's getting it, is if he's reciprocating it
Ah.
back to
Not
them.
very often.
Damn. I
See,
mean,
like-
well, that makes sense then. For a man, most of the time he's reciprocating, but he's not giving it out.
That's,
no,
I mean, bro.
I mean, it,
baby.
Hey, like, hey, Biggie Small said it now. Like, that tongue go down below and drive him crazy now. Like,
Yeah,
that's not
no,
for everybody.
no. I listen. I block for a lot, Liz, but that'll be.
I mean, I get it. But
Listen,
you
I
talking
would.
about like if I'm openly telling you that like I'm not necessarily all the way into this situation or whatever.
Yeah,
blah,
and
blah,
see,
blah.
and see, I would
And
be one of
that's
the ones.
why I don't consider it
Yeah,
necessarily
and
wrong.
see, and I would be one of the ones. You know, this is me. If we in this thing together. I'm not finna be sitting
Right.
over here just sucking dick all willy nilly, and it's like now I can see if it's a thing where. If it's something that I just want to do for you, then that's one thing. But if it's a thing where it's like I'm trying to get with you, and then you like, nah, I ain't feeling, you ain't feeling me, okay, but I'm still gonna suck your dick, and I ain't getting no dick in return, I ain't getting no head in return.
that's
Like,
you got good
like,
vibes and some fast food or something like what we came
Like,
out.
no,
to
we ain't gonna even cross that line. Like, we just literally, you gonna stay in the friend zone. Like,
I mean,
I would
that's
keep,
cool.
I
Like,
would keep,
and I make
that.
it known that
Yeah.
is perfectly okay with me.
Yeah,
They the
like-
ones that be pushing it, and see this
Ooh, they
this-
stupid.
Hey, hey, now.
Okay, let me stop.
I can't
Let me
downplay my
not-
crowd now.
Okay, I won't necessarily say they stupid, but that is
Interesting. You
that's
know what I'm
interesting.
saying?
No, it is.
Like, all right, so because I don't necessarily pursue interactions like that, I feel like I said is also panty dropping
Mhm.
because like if I'm not pushing it, it makes them want it. And then, like, in these situations, like I said, I didn't more or less reciprocate.
Mhm.
You know, like, they were trying to do it in hopes of, like, once they get there, maybe that'll be the rest of the way to, like, you know,
Mhm.
getting it. No. It's
Wow.
like, if
So-
that's not guaranteed a passage on Anthony
interesting.
Express.
Hey, look, we low on time, man. So we gonna save all this for the season finale, but we definitely had a good segment. We definitely ran at least about 2 hours, if
Oh,
not.
that's plenty.
We did.
So
Well,
well, I'm gonna end it here because the season finale is gonna be lit with all this information
Oh,
we got
yeah.
going on. So here we are. We ended it here. This has been the Corner, episode 34. This has been HoeFax. I'm K1. This is
Anthony.
Chantel.
It's been another episode of Corner. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
I made it beat, by the way.